परिवार के बीच में जब थोड़ी भी समस्या की जो कमी रहेगी
Class 4, right? Or 3? So as of now, we have completed requisition, approval, RFQ, and then quotations, quote analysis. Here, correct? These are all the steps we covered till now. At the PO, actually, buyer will raise the purchase order and they will deliver it to suppliers. Suppliers will deliver goods to us. Okay, then we have to give a confirmation that is called as a receipt here. So receipt is here, which are all acknowledgement of items, not related to money. Okay, so receipt will create now. Do you remember like PO last we created? So I'll create a requisition and then I'll create a PO, then we'll go with the receipt quickly. Okay. So someone is modifying this. Then after that, once requisition approved, so I am not following these 3 steps here, correct? Because I know already the supplier who is going to supply the goods. So to create a PO, there is an option here that is auto create. So whatever the defaultly populated values that we have to clear here. Now give requisition number, click on find. And there are various types of POs, you know, right? Like what is meant by planned PO, blanket. Any idea what is planned PO? Right. Frequently, if you buy, then that's a planned PO. Okay. Right now it is standard PO. Then click on automatic. And here is the place supplier, whatever you finalized, that you have to select here. Supplier will have multiple sites. Then create. So this is how you can create a PO. It is an incomplete right now, so we have to send it for approval. Click on approve. Okay, it is approved here. So if you go to shipment tab here, there is a status. Right now, 3 quantity ordered. We may receive 3 or we may receive 2, depends it is based on the stock and all. So this status we have to observe here. Now take this PO. Go to receipts here, receiving and receipts. We have to select V1 and purchase order. Click on find. So here is the place. So we have to check the checkbox here saying that we received 3 quantity from suppliers. And then click on header. Every inventory will have sub inventories. One is goods, store, damaged goods, like that. So right now it is storeroom. I'm giving this and click on header. The moment you click on save, it will give you a number here. That's a receipt number. It has generated automatically. So from where all these numbers generated here is, those numbers will be, it will come from a setup here. So the setup we have to remember here. Setup, organizations, purchasing options. Okay. So setup, organizations, and then purchasing options. You can click on this. You'll be able to see here. So these are all the numbers, document numbers. Requisition number is a document and RFQ is a document it is. And it's an alphanumeric or numeric, whatever you want to. You can make it manual as well here. So if you say manual, then we may need to enter every time. Then that's a difficult. It went on gray mode here. See. So make it automatic only. So this is the way actually the numbers will come automatic. If you want, you can change the sequence also, but you have to follow the certain decisions. Then close window. Receipt number is created, right? So this receipts information is stored into 3 tables. We already discussed it inside. RCV means receiving. There is no underscore alt table here, remember. RCV shipment headers. See, you logged into one user here. See, there is a user is Scott. So ours is apps user, right? You have to connect for apps user. I'm just removing this. Why to connect unnecessary? Scott we don't use, right? Apps user will use. Save passwords. Now you can see here apps user, and here also you can see apps user. Receipt number you can see somewhere there is a column. Receipt num. Check here itself. This one, right? Receipt num. There are so many rows here. See, 9 rows are there. Any reason like why it is giving this many is here supplier is changed here. See, vendor ID. There are different vendors, correct? So that is the reason why it is showing these many records. So we have to take the recent record. If you just check 27, correct? This is a recent record and vendor ID. So vendor ID, vendors are stored into another table that is AP suppliers, where vendor ID is equivalent to 11. So do you remember like the vendor which we selected, that is Advantage, correct? Advantage Corp it is. Now your record is what it is, this record. These are all old records, we can say 2005, 7, see, old records. Now the primary key is this, we have to remember. Lines table, there is another table, RCV shipment lines. shipment header ID. Is that correct? It is not showing. Okay, it's different. This is a segment line ID. It is okay. Check header ID. Okay, 326 it is. This is the record. Okay, and you can see here there is a PO header ID, PO line ID, line location ID, distribution ID. All the things are there here. See header ID, then line ID. We have 4 levels, right? Header, line locations, and distribution. So for every level, there is one ID column is there here. So the point here is, so how will you make sure this, or how can you connect this PO related tables and receipt related tables? The question is here, link between PO and receipt. PO number in which table you can see? PO number. PO headers, all right. That you have to take it. Headers all. PO number is stored into segment 1, that is equivalent to 7162. Now PO header ID is there, right? This is the join between these two tables. So we have to combine here. Put alias name as PHA like this. The first one here after underscore first one like that. RCV segment lines RSL. Join condition I already told you, that is the primary key of this particular table. PO header ID RSL dot same PO header ID. But receipt number is stored into this table, right? So take this table. You have to come here. As such, join between these two. The first table primary key, yes, that is shipment header ID. So this one you can take it. RSL segment header ID. RSH dot your receipt number. That's it. This is the way we can prepare a query. Okay. And these are all the POs and its related receipt numbers. So simply we need to combine two tables here. One is RCV shipment lines and PO headers all. So the join is at line level, not at header level. Remember this point. So whenever you are making a relationship between PO and receipt, the join is at line level. Okay, not at header level. If you just see here, receipts window also, receiving and then receipts. I'm just taking another random number, okay? No records. These are all the recent records, okay? So do you see any PO related information here? No. So that is the reason why actually the link is at line level it is. But line level you can see there is a PO number. This is the PO number. Okay. Header level only you can see receipt number and its supply related information, not more than that. You must know like with which table you have to make a join while combining the tables. So right now it is at line level. Clear? Okay. So now once receipt is created, there is a program submitted automatically. You can see the program name. This is the one. Receiving transaction processor. This is a program. Automatically it will trigger. You don't need to launch manually. Then this is a pay on receipt auto invoice. And one more is payable open interface input. Okay, these three programs will be submitted. The purpose of this program here is to create AP invoice automatically. Account payable invoice automatically. You can verify that number. So invoice number is created. And then invoice date, then invoice amount, every information is created here. So to trigger this program, pay on receipt auto invoice, there is a setup required here. So otherwise it will not call. So that setup is, you can just go to payables, suppliers, and then inquiry or entry also we can use. Inquiry. What's your supplier name? This is a supplier, right? Advantage Corp. Click on go. Come down here. At site level, we have to enable here. See, site level, there is an option here. Pay on receipt it is. So sometimes it will be null value. See, right now it is not there anything here. It's already predefined. So that's why it is showing. Pay on, it must be receipt here. Pay on receipt. If you don't have this option, then you cannot see this program at all. This program. Because of that setup only, it is calling automatically. And with this program, it is calling payables of interface import. Okay. That is an important point actually. Now invoice, we can see into payables. Go to invoices, then inquiry, or else you can go with the entry and then invoices. It's already created invoice. Simply we are querying that F level and then take that particular number here. This one. It's a full invoice number. It is control F11. So this information is stored into AP invoices all, and there is a lines tab here, that is AP invoice lines all, and one more is distribute. Overall 3 tables. Okay. AP invoice distribution all. three tables. Okay. So now there are some point we need to remember here. One is link between PO and AP invoice. This is the one question. Another one is how to display open AP invoices. These are all questions, important questions. I'll give you notes for all this. Then one more is this status of invoice. How to display AP invoice validation status. These three are important here. One more also. How many ways? Okay, that we'll see later. These three enough for typing. Okay. So first one is link between PO and invoice. So by seeing invoice here, invoice number is there, right? So this invoice is created based on which PO. So that we have to see. Usually that will be available into distribution table. Now we can go. Can you see your PO number? Right? So PO number is available at distribution level. It is like requisition and purchase order. You have to combine the tables here at distribution level. So distribution table here is what it is. AP invoice. But we need to derive the PO. So PO distribution also we have to take. Just taking in another tab. First is AP invoice. And then PO distributions are join between these two. The first table, I mean PO table primary key. Can you guess what is the primary key? Obviously it is a PO distribution ID. So just double click on this, it will be copied. See, you don't need to type also. Is equivalent to PDA dot PO distribution ID. PIDA dot PO distribution ID. But we require invoice number. Invoice numbers are always available into header level. So header level is what is the table that is AP invoices. Okay. So I need to add another table here that is AP. The moment we add a table, you need to add the join also. You should not forget that. Tell me the join. The primary key of AA. Right. Invoice ID that is equivalent to AIDA dot same invoice ID. Okay. So three tables, 3 minus 1, 2 joins. It's cleared. And whenever you take a table and join, you have to take a column also. That is AIA dot invoice number, comma. Then we wanted PO number also. PO number is stored into right. No, we have to take PO headers one, right? Now tell me the join. Only join between PO tables. PO headers all, and then one more is PO distributions all. So join PHA dot primary key header ID PDA dot PO header ID. Correct. Column name, PO number where it's stored. Alias name, PO number. Where is the okay? And PO number if you give it, or invoice number if you give it, then it will give you the PO number. AIA dot invoice number. Your invoice number is created based on a PO number 7559. This is the way. Exactly how to give a table links. Otherwise, you will not be able to see this. Just two AP invoice tables and two PO tables. At distribution level, you have to make a join here. This is the join condition. Okay. The answer for this one. Can we try again? Yeah, tell me first what we have to do. First, we have to add two distribution tables. What are they? PO, or you can just go with the AP. Then one more. PO. Line condition. Yeah, correct. PO distribution. Right? Clear as of now. Okay. And numbers always stored into header table. I am just adding PO headers on. Add join. PHA dot PO header ID is equivalent to right PDA no PDA. Column name. PO number is stored in yes segment 1. Put alias name here for better understanding. So and one more thing is pending. What is that? That is this one is pending. Yeah, invoice stored into which table? Perfect. Line condition. AIA dot invoice ID. Joins always IDs only, not numbers. Remember that. Okay. Then and here column name. Invoice number I wanted. AIA dot invoice number. Where is ready? Actually, it will take a lot of time, but for you, actually, third class only you are feeling comfortable. Good. And invoice number. So this is the way we can derive the PO and its related invoice number. Once you prepare a query, you have to format this by using Shift Control F. Shift Control F is the keyword to format the query. Okay. So it is aligned in a proper way. Formatting is required for any programming language. So are you okay with this point? If I ask you what is the link between PO and invoice, what will be your shortest answer? So just you tell this one. Whatever the highlighted one, that's enough. No need to tell all other. You can say PO distributions are that from that table, PO distribution ID and PO distribution ID from AP invoice distributions. Okay. What else? Next one is how to display open AP invoice. Open means payment is pending. As of now, invoice is created, but we haven't made any payment to the suppliers. So how can you come to know is there is a table here. Same query, I am just adding. There is a payment status flag. AIA dot payment. Can you see here? There is a column, this one. Based on this, we can identify this column only. Just check. So payment N means not yet paid. Sometimes actually we'll make half of the payment partially. So that is called as a P. P for partial payments. N means not yet paid at all. So if I wanted to display open invoices, then we can go with the table here. Condition is what it is. Equivalent to in operator we can use because we are giving two values. So one is like N, no, not Y. Y means payment is completed. N, right. P means what it is? Partial payments. So these are all the open invoices. Okay, overall 15,000 open invoices are there. So that means payment is pending on this. Clear? This is the answer for that. How to display open AP invoices means based on a flag. A flag you have to remember. Now, how to display AP invoice validation status? Validation, right now it is not validated, simply we entered. It is saying it is never validated. So to derive this, you have to use one API. It is saying package, it is saying table, but we have to call a package here. So here itself I am taking, or else I'll take here, okay. Instead of star, I am taking AP invoices utility PKG. So this is the package given by Oracle. AP invoices utility package. Dot. If you press dot, it will give you all the available procedures, functions inside of it. See, there are so many functions. It's a very big package. We just check, is there any validation status related or approval related? Just verifying. So this you can take. Okay. So it has some parameters. If you look at here, overall, one is this one, invoice ID. Second one is invoice amount. Third one is payment status. That means payment is done or not. And the next one is, see, L means local variables. These are all. Invoice type lookup code it is. Type lookup code, why it is required is, see what type of the invoice it is. Right now it is a standard invoice. Sometimes we'll deduct the amount, debit memo, credit memos. There are other types also there. So type we are passing as a parameter. And second one is, there is a payment status. And one more is here, amount also we are passing. So just press F4, like you'll get to know. Press F4. Now you can see clearly. Invoice ID, amount, payment status, type lookup code. So these are all L means local variables, but we wanted actual columns. You can copy paste here, or you can type. You no need to buy out all this because it is there here clearly. So it is saying here never approved, but what is the value it's appearing here? See, you have to decode that. There is a if then else logic function. So decode is the function here. Decode. These are all Oracle functions. If you don't know decode, just go through Google. You'll come to know decode of this value, comma. What is the value of it here? Never validated. If it is a never valid, yeah, if it is a never approved, we have to display as a never validated. Put in a single quotes. Like this, you can later. Okay, so just format it. Now you can easily understand. The package name is here, this one, and these are all the arguments. If the value it is giving as never approved, we have to replace as a never validated, just for displaying only. If value changes again, let's say I'm validating right now. Click on OK. It's saying here needs revalidation. If you fire the same thing, then it will not give you. See, it's not giving, right? The point here is F4. If you go little up, can you see now here? These are all the values. So as of now, we have used one value, that is never approved, is it? Now it is saying here needs revalidation means you could have get here needs reapproval. Take this. Second value I'm adding here. The value here is needs revalidation. That's it. That is showing. So we have one more value, that is approved. Approved means validated. There's one more value is there. What it is here? This one. These two I already used. The next one is here approved. So right now it went to needs revalidation. The problem is it went on hold here. See, it is saying here quantity billed exceeds quantity received. So your system is kept on hold here. So billed quantity is 6 here, but ordered is only 3. Correct? So we have ordered in a purchase order is 3, but they made it as a bill here 6. So there is a problem here. You have to, if you want, you can click on view PO. See here, 3 quantity received. But billed is wrong. It is maybe some setup even, I'm not sure. We did correct only for purchase order quantity as well as received quantity, but in case of billed quantity is taking extra. And another thing is here, see, there is a tax amount extra, correct? So this tax amount also we have to add up here. 382 is the tax amount extra that you need to add here. I think it's already added, right? 4,500 plus it's added. This status we have to display like that. Okay. Tell me now, what is the API we have to call? Okay. So instead of star, I'm taking one package. Package name is AP Invoices Utility PKG dot, there is a function. The function name is here get approval status. So without seeing, can you tell me what are the parameters we have to pass in order? First invoice ID, invoice amount, payment status flag, correct? Payment status flag or lookup code? Yeah, same only. Last one, invoice type lookup code, correct? It is saying here needs reapproval. So if you want to decode, then what do you have to do? Use a decode option. See, there is a function here, decode of your, if this parenthesis and all, it will be little confusing. Okay, just go through properly. Open and close so that you will not face issue. Your values needs reapproval. If it's a needs reapproval, we have to display a needs revalidation. Like that it is. Right balances. Format it, it will give you where it went wrong. Additionally, okay. We discussed 3 points in this. One is link between PO and invoice. The other one is open invoice status, then validation status. Clear? Next is validation. We have to, that we already done, of course. The status must be validated here. So if you want to create a manual invoice, also you can do from here. Trading partner, prepayment are available for application. That's okay. Go to line level. Your amount 5,000. Distributions. This is a manual invoice, guys. Remember. Payable, payroll it is. Take this. Check payables. It has to populate automatically. Someone has changed the setup. That's it. Save. Your invoice is created now, manual invoice. And as of now, it is never validated. We have to click on actions, validate. If something goes wrong, it will give you needs revalidation. And immediately you have to check into hold. There are 2 types of hold here, system hold and user hold. So it is saying clearly, copy this and keep it here. Now we can easily come to know, saying that here, total of invoice lines. What is the total of invoice lines? See, 5,000 plus 125 plus whatever it is appearing here. So this total is not equivalent to your invoice amount. It is clearly saying total of invoice lines does not equal to invoice amount. So just tax problem here. I'm adding here tax amount. Whatever the tax amount is there, I'm just summing it up here. Save. Clear? Now try to do again. Actions. Validate. So it is validate. Okay. So that's what we are talking about here. Validation is over. So your invoice is correct now. There is no issues. Usually it will check the periods, data, everything.
Once again, you can show, sir. Sir, once again, you show, sir, that
Yeah, you can go to actions,
validation.
actions and validate. That's it. You have to check the checkbox of actions.
No, sir. The total amount and that one is not suit, no, sir.
Yes, so whatever is the
that
tax
is the
amount,
problem.
tax amount is there, right? Just add it to invoice amount. That's it.
Okay.
Earlier it was 5,000. Now tax amount is added. Okay. Then accounted here is no as of now. We can make it yes. Create accounting. There are three modes. Draft mode you can modify anytime, and final mode is you can create general entries also, GL module, and here you can post it. So I'm selecting here final mode. Always I'll prefer. Click on OK. So accounting has been successfully created. If you get any errors in this while creating, there is an error table here. That's the error table. Accounting errors. If you get error, definitely will get errors. If any period related or issues. This is the table name. If you get error, but right now it went fine. So alternatively, you must remember the tables. And other tables also there. The tables you can check in view accounting, reports and view accounting. This is the OA framework page it is. Unlike normal record history, earlier somewhere you have seen right here, record history, it is showing table name. But in this case, it is a OA framework page. You cannot see help record history here. This help is something else, okay? To know the query behind this OA framework page, you can click on this. There is a about this page, and then business component reference details. Okay, this is the one. Expand it, and you can see a VOs. VO means here view objects. So click on any one of the view object. Let's say I'm clicking on this. These are all the tables. It's easy to identify. So if it is a normal form, you can go with the help and record history. If it is a OA framework page, what you have to do? You can go to about this page. I'll show you again. The first we have to click on about this page. And then business component reference details. Finally, you can go with the VO. But which VO is suitable is that we have to identify. Let's say I'm clicking on this. If it's a big query, just double click on this, copy, go to Toad, and then paste it. Shift Control F. Now clearly it has given all the tables. So this is the way we can get a tables behind the Subledger accounting. We'll call it as a subledger accounting. XLA full form is subledger. This is a module actually. This is the full form of XLA. Okay. So I'm thinking to stop at this point because we have some more points also need to discuss. Payment is pending, and paid accounting, transfer to CL. The next class we can finish all the pending steps. Okay. I'm stopping at this point. If you have any queries, let me know.